What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to talk about 3 questions that I get a lot from you guys, and that is, how long does it take you to actually ship off to basic training from the point when you talk to your recruiter? Where are you going to go for basic training, and where are you going to go for AIT? And in this video I'm going to cover those 3 topics. So for those of you who do not like my super long videos, I'm definitely going to try and make this one short, sweet, and to the point, because I'm not feeling all that great right now, so I don't want to be talking for a super long time. But there's really not going to be all that much, mind-blowing stuff to this video. This is just me replying to you guys because I get these questions almost on a daily basis. One of these 3 questions I get asked literally like every single day now. So as far as how long does it take you to actually go to basic training from the time you go and talk to your recruiter, the answer to that question is it depends. The same thing as a lot of other questions. Now, it could be a couple of weeks. You could literally go into a recruiter's office, go through the whole MEPS process, and be like, you'll find out that, hey, there could be a possibility that you could go to basic training in 3 weeks or so. That could be a possibility. If you're physically ready to go, you could choose that option. You could also go into this process and then go to your recruiter and then them tell you that there's not a basic training, position or a slot for you for the next 4 or 5 months. But just so you guys know, your recruiters are going to try to get you to go to basic training as quickly as possible. Reason being is they don't want you to quit before even going to basic training. They want you to just hurry up. That's one of the reasons that they want you to, hurry up and sign that contract real quick and go to MEPS and everything. That's why your recruiters are trying to get you to hurry up and do that so you have less time to change your mind. So that's the reason why they're trying to get you to leave for basic training as quickly as possible, because you can not go to basic training if you don't want to. You could go through the whole process and then just literally not leave. Now, there'll be some repercussions to that, nothing major really, but you can still do that. Now, there's 2 reasons really why the times can vary so much between, how long it'll be between when you talk to a recruiter to when you go to basic training. The thing that some people don't think about is when you go to basic training, number 1, there's only going to be so many people that can actually go to basic training. And then number 2, you got to take into account your AIT and that cycle. So your basic training is going to have a cycle that they're going to go through, and then your AIT is going to have a cycle that it's going through, that it's taking in new recruits and stuff. So whenever you're picking your basic training date, when you go and talk to a recruiter, whenever they tell you when you're going to leave for basic training, it's going to pick a day that is going to line up. So the end of your basic training day has to line up with a new cycle for your AIT start date. So that's why you can't just go to basic training at any time you want, because those dates just have to line up. The other thing is that because there's only so many people who can go to basic training, you can't have just, hundreds and hundreds of people. There's really going to max out at around 200 to 240-ish. 240 is about the max I've ever heard in a basic training company. But around about 200 people are going to be in your basic training company. And once all those slots fill up, there's only so much room in the barracks for soldiers to stay in. So if that's full, then you're going to have to go to the next cycle. And if you're trying to join the military at a time when a lot of people are trying to join the military, which would be right about now, because a lot of people are about to graduate high school and whatnot, so a lot of the days that you might be leaving for basic training are going to be towards the summertime, because everything is going to be filled up until then. So ultimately, the time between when you talk to a recruiter to the time when you leave for basic training is undetermined, but you might have the possibility, like I did, to actually select your basic training ship dates. For me, I had 3 different ship dates that I could have picked from. I picked the earliest one. That was after college. So my semester in college ended like the first week of May. I decided to leave the next week after my college semester was over, because I just wanted to hurry up and leave and get it over with so I can be back in time for the next spring semester of school to start. So you might have a little bit of control over when you leave if you do have the option to pick where you want to go. Now, not everybody's going to have the option to pick multiple basic training ship dates. That was just my scenario. Now, as far as where are you going to go for basic training? Number 1, if you're going to be an infantry soldier, you're going to be going to Fort Benning. That's just where you're going to go. If you want to be an MP, if you're probably going to go to Fort Leonard Wood. If you're wanting to be some kind of artillery guy, you're probably going to go to Fort Sill. But for those 2, the MP and artillery, it's not guaranteed that you're going to go to those places. You could go to another basic training post, and then for AIT, switch over to those places, because they can be one station unit training, but at the same time, they can be split up, to where you could go to basic training at Fort Benning and then go to AIT at Fort Sill. That can happen. Every other MOS really that I can think of, there might be some other ones miscellaneous, because obviously I don't know every single freaking MOS in the entire Army. So for the most part, where you're going to go for basic training is just going to be random. You can't have non-infantry soldiers go to Fort Benning. I was not an infantry soldier, but I went to Fort Benning. My little brother was a 13 Fox. He went to Fort Jackson for basic training. He went to Fort Sill for his AIT, whereas some other 13 Foxes will go to Fort Sill for one station unit training. His was split up, so it kind of just depends. You don't really have any control over that unless you're trying to go infantry. That's where you're going to go. Now, as far as where you're going to go for AIT, even though this is something that is easily Googleable for you guys ask me still a lot, and I just want you guys to know where you're going to go for AIT is going to be just set in stone. Each separate MOS is going to have a different post that you're going to go to where they're going to be teaching that school, teaching that MOS, and that's not going to change. Maybe it'll change over like a decade or something. They'll just switch it, but overall for me as a 25 Bravo, you go to Fort Gordon, Georgia. There's not going to be any 25 Bravos that are going anywhere else besides Fort Gordon. So if you're curious, if you're looking at a certain MOS and you want to know where you're going to go, if you're wanting to see if your AIT is going to be near your home so maybe your family can come visit, all you have to do is literally just go into Google and type in where this MOS's AIT is at, or you can go to goarmy.com. I believe it's also going to be on there. So if you just look up the MOS, it'll tell you, where you're going to go to AIT for that MOS. You're also going to be able to figure out how long you're going to be at AIT. Those are things that you guys can Google, and this is just a video of me telling you guys, hey, if you want to know where your AIT is going to be at, you can Google it. You're not going to know for sure where you're going to go to basic training, however. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, hit that like button. That would be awesome. If you want to stick around for some more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. That would be even better. And if you want to be a real OG, hit that bell. This is the second time I've said that now. It just sounds weird to say, but if you want to hit that bell button, that would be really awesome. If you guys are not following me on Instagram and Snapchat, links are right here somewhere. Let me look. Yeah, somewhere right here. Also, Twitter is in the description. I haven't made an icon for that, but if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I've been communicating with you guys through there. It's just something easier for me to talk with you guys about because I just basically made a Twitter and started using a Twitter, so you guys can really for sure get in contact with me on Twitter. So be sure to do that if you have any pressing questions or if you just want to talk, hang out, whatever. That would be cool. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys later.